Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Sunday, February 5th, 2023. And in today's video, I'm installing a Big-Sert. As a matter of fact, I just completed the installation of that Big-Sert right there. I'd like you guys to stick around to the end of the video so you can learn why it took so long to actually get that insert installed. And also at the end of the video, I'm kind of going to let you know what to expect next. And, you know, do I like a Big-Sert or don't I like a Big-Sert? You guys might be surprised by the end of this video. So until the next one, you know, I just want to go ahead and get started in this video because I just finished it. So I'm just doing my little hello YouTube. And at the end of this video, I've got a quick little recap. You guys got to see that recap. My daughter, I know she's going to love that part of the video because she always tells me that's what she likes best about my videos. So, all right, guys, so here it is. Let's just get started. All right, I wanted to first start off with a Time-Sert, which you guys are all familiar with, I think. The Big-Sert you may not be familiar with. So a Big-Sert is the repair for a bad Time-Sert or a bad Helicoil. Your Big-Sert for an 8mm and your Time-Sert for a 10mm is basically identical. What's different about it is just the insert. If you notice that insert compared to this insert, all right, all this is the exact same insert with a thicker wall to accommodate your 8mm. So this is an 1.25. The drill size for the 10mm is 1332. The drill bit size on the Big-Sert is 1332. And your tap is identical. Of course, you know, they say Big-Sert M8, right? But it's the same tap as the 10, but of course they call this a Time-Sert tap. But it's identical. This is what I don't like about it, because this costs like about $120 for the Big-Sert to repair an 8mm failed Time-Sert. That's what this is. This is what we took off the block. So the only thing I needed after buying a 10mm Time-Sert, the only thing that's needed is this installation tool, right? That is for an 8mm. So if you could just buy an 8mm installation tool, that's all you need to buy. Unfortunately, they don't sell it like that. That's one thing I don't like about it. The other thing I don't like about, well, it's the same issue, is you can't buy any of these things individually. Obviously, you can buy your own drill. It's just 1332 drill. But their taps are designed for their tool. While they're identical, I don't know what exactly tap size that would be if you could just buy a tap, because then you'd be in business and save yourself a heck of a lot of money, all right? So now that you guys know the differences, I'm gonna get rid of the Time-Sert. We don't need it for this job. With this kit, you end up with this size of a Time-Sert or a Big-Sert, but I needed to go deeper. So I bought an 18mm Big-Sert. I bought two of them just in case, because chances are the other one might fail, you know, because of the incompetence of the machinist. Now let's talk about preparation. So what I found is on the block, his hole up there at the top was not actually drilled all that straight. It was off. So what I had to do, this is what he should have done. He should have created a guide block or something, all right? So I have this piece of aluminum and I drilled out these two holes. Now what those two holes will do is you'll see there on the right, that is where I will use this, all right? So I will stick that in there and I'm going to tighten that against the block. And then the other hole that I have here is for our installation of the Big-Sert. So what I did, however, because I've already done a little bit of work before I started right now, because I needed to I made sure that my drill press, which is how I made this, made sure my drill press fence or bottom plate was perpendicular to the bit. And, you know, I didn't really have to use these machinist squares, but that's what I did. And I kind of went a little bit bigger than the actual hole opening that's in there right now, which is smaller than our final hole. Like I said, that's 1332. So I went ahead and I did that. So let me go show you how this here goes. Oh yeah, I should also mention that this is from Harbor Freight. Now you can use it as a ratchet type, left and right, or you can lock it. And then these things go either way, right? And we're gonna need that, and I'm gonna show you why. So let's go over to the engine block. All right, so here we are on the block. So you can see that I made this a yellow, and that just is a reminder that this is where this thing goes, okay? Then this other one will go right in here. So you guys get the idea? This way here we can make sure this thing sits flat. I'll just snug this up. So I wanted to show you, if you notice, this right here, when this is in here, that's how deep it will go. But you see how it's going to hit the crankshaft. So you can't use one of these. All right, that's this is just the drill itself, not even the tap. But you can see that when it's in there, it will just hit. So you can't really use that tool. And that's the reason why I'm using this tool. It'll clear it. All right, with that said, not only did I get everything level before, or not level, but you know, I went ahead and squared everything up on the actual drill press itself. But there we are, we're nice and squared up. I know it's square, and I'm squared to the back side, not necessarily on the front side, although I find that the thickness is identical. But you know, I squared this back side is how it was measured, and that's when the hole was drilled from this side. Another reason why I put that yellow marking on there, to remind me that this is the top. I don't really necessarily even care, although it came out perfect, but this was not my measurement. It's all done from the block side, okay? Now this is what really the machinist should have done. He should have gotten himself this, okay? So that's how I squared up my hole. And then I got this tool, obviously, and just squared it up, find my hole, made sure I got my right depth, and then I was able to measure my drill bit. All right? So now you guys are up to date. So now you know how I got this and how I got it all squared up and everything's nice and straight now. That's the full depth, actually. You can put that in there if you wanted to. There. Okay. Right on our line. And we're perfectly square. Like I said, it's all been checked. Okay. So the initial holes there, that's what I did off camera. Now, it's time to drill this out to accept a bigger drill bit. So I'm going to actually remove this and take it out to the drill press and go ahead and drill that hole. All right, so now I've drilled that out to 1332. And now it's all lined up. So I'm going to put this in there to start with. And then we'll just start doing it. All right, so there we are. There we go. Let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and blow it out. So there I go. See, it's pretty well done. It's really hard to see inside there, but I think you guys get the idea. All the way to the back. Okay, so now we're ready for the next step. So I'm using tap oil, magic, tap magic. I've placed it on here. Put that in. And now we just go ahead and create our recess. I think we're just about there. Take a look at that. Just like before, we'll take our Time-Sert and I'll put it in upside down and check. Hard to say. Before I continue, I wanted to show you guys something. This is the tool for the M10. Okay, they are not the same. But what I noticed is this is a defective tool. Do you see the teeth? Do you see how this is broken off right here? Right? And right there? It's nothing that I did. I mean, I'm doing this by hand. So, you know, this is poor workmanship, poor quality tool here. Now, will I be able to keep this flat and do it in there? I believe so. That part is okay. But it's bad, you know. Again, junk, right? You buy junk. So I wanted to stop and take a look at this a little closer. You guys can just see the cutting edge is just broken off here and broken off there. So two of them are broken and two of them are there. That's a defective tool that's going to go right back to the Time-Sert or Big-Sert company, whatever you guys want to call them. That's going back. That's what happens, you know, you buy the most expensive thread repair system out there, and you know, they're carbon steel. Could you imagine if I was doing this on a cast iron block? It's unfortunate that this is the kind of quality you get. You know, you got incompetent machinists and you have incompetent tool makers. At least their quality control didn't catch that. While I was preparing, I found one of these little teeth that came off of there. I mean, you see how small that is? It's ridiculous. I have to say that I lost it. It's okay. I don't recommend that, right? There's no way. Look at that thing. It's paper thin. You tell me that that's going to work on a cast iron block, right? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I can't recommend a Big-Sert. I really can't. You know, well, we've already done it. I don't know of another alternative. Then the other thing is this here is a Big-Sert tap guide for this M8 Big-Sert. So it's got this nice grip to it right here. And when I first started this was like what I was going to do. But still, you know, you have to hold this and turn this. You could probably do it. But I went ahead and just drilled this out to the same. All right, so it's maybe even a little bit tighter than the actual thing. That way there I know that I'm going to keep that straight. So let's go ahead and move over to the engine block over there. All right, so I've got my block in there, and you see I put in my drill, bottomed it out. And I just want you guys to notice that you see from the top there, this thing is perfectly in line with the crank. And again, you can just put this on there, and you can see that it's perfectly lined up. So I know that I have everything perpendicular. Definitely an improvement. I kind of wish I would have been recording when I first started, because when that guy drilled it, he was drilling downward or towards the top, but it was wrong. It was not square, but now we are square. So pull this out. I'll make double sure she's clean. There's my tap. I've got it marked. Again, I'm going to use the Tap Magic. Make sure we're nice and lined up, which we are. There we are. Before I blow this out right here, I want to cover these holes just to make sure that nothing ends up down inside that engine. There we go. All right, let's take a look. So there you go. That's what I did. So I'm happy with that. Let's put the Time-Sert in. So before I get started, this is the insertion tool. And this is the Big-Sert that I'll be installing. And they say you must oil this, right? So I'll be using, again, the Tap Magic. They also recommended, when I queried Time-Sert about this issue that I was having, he says use their thread locker. And so I'll be putting that on the outside, and hopefully that'll lock this thing in. It's kind of a weird design. I've cleaned all this with brake clean, sorry. I even cleaned this shaft the tool with brake clean, and I went ahead and double checked the block as well. So everything's perfectly clean. This is kind of a weird little design. You know, that little divot right there, I think that's the only thing that really locks in, I think. So when the tool goes in, right, it comes in like this, it spreads this out and pushes that, so it basically locks the thread. But that's the only thing that's locking the thread. So, you know, I don't know if there's really a good alternative, but that's how it goes. And now we're ready to install it. So I'll start by lubricating this. That's plenty. I want to make sure that my hand's clean here. And we'll install this. Again, that little divot is towards the bottom. And we'll just kind of get it started like that. And then I'm going to bring it over there, and that's when I'll put the Loctite on there, is over there. All right, let's go. Seems kind of ridiculous. Really? There we go. There, she's easy now. I'm not happy with it. It could be my imagination, but no, it's out. Now there's something that I didn't share with you guys, and that is this Big-Sert tool failed last week, okay? When I tried it, and I says, oh, I'm not sure if this is deep enough, you know, because this is a faulty tool. So I reached out to Big-Sert and I said, hey, you know, that thing broken, it's a defective tool. And then they says, well, you have to be really careful, right? And I says, man, you know, I was very careful. This is aluminum, right? It's aluminum. And you guys sell this even for cast iron. So they sent me out this one, a brand new one. Okay, so you can buy stuff individually. But I bought it on Amazon, and so I reached out to that guy and I said, hey, your tool's no good. So he sent me out one. So I took extra time before I inserted that Time-Sert just now. I mean, I just did it, okay? I just now installed it. You see how that thing came out, and I didn't even realize, but I'm gonna show you something. Actually, that's not the right one. But even, this brand new one that I got, I even broke off a tooth on this, and I was very, very easy with it. And it still broke a tool off, or a bit. These are defective. It's total, terrible quality control. So this is the first one where I broke off 2 of them earlier in the video, and today I broke this one off. I was very, very careful. I made absolutely sure that these were all the way bottomed out, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Do you see where that tool, when it's flush, I have it flush right there to the top of that Big-Sert. And if you notice, there's a gap between where the threads are. And that's how much of a gap that thing sticks out. Right? You can see it right there on the right. Look at that. Right? So that's the air I have, or, all that bright light right there is from that. So I'm just totally, I'm tired, you guys. You cannot find quality tools. You can't find competent people. I mean, this is just a terrible quality control issue, right? That's a quality control issue. Now, I've installed that damn Big-Sert into this block, right? Now what? Right? Now, I never thought about getting my the Big-Sert and doing that and checking, that their tool actually matches their Big-Sert. So, that's pretty much where we're at, and I'm sick and tired of this, I cannot continue. It took me 3 weeks to put in a stupid Big-Sert, right? Because it was junk. I'm tired of working on the car. I'm tired of the people that are involved in the project, and the tools that you have to purchase and everything else. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to move forward, because I have a funny feeling, we've already tapped it out now, right? It's already a bigger size. What am I going to do now? I have to rip that thing out, which is going to destroy the threads, because that's how the Big-Sert works, right? So that's going to destroy it. Now what, right? I don't think I'm going to be able to move forward. If I can't move forward, I'm tired. I've got over $20,000 into this car. They're ridiculous. They are ridiculous. And I just want to, I should have cut and when I first parked this in 2008, it was also for a similar reason. And I just got sick and tired of it. I've spending money after money. You guys see my rabbit hole video, right? And then you see the incompetence. You see the videos that I did on trying to fix what machinists do. Guys that have been doing this for 38 years. I don't even know how they survive. But they are. I mean, this is the world we live in now, We don't have quality control anymore. When I was younger, I did work in a machine shop. My tolerances were so tight, unbelievable. And they had a quality control guy coming around checking my work all the time, right? I don't know what's going on now. We can all blame everything on the pandemic, right? Because that's what they've been doing. Everybody blames everything on the pandemic. Well, I'm sick and tired of that. You guys are putting me in this kind of a position. What am I going to do now? I'm just tired of it. So unless somebody out there's got a bright idea on how to move forward, I'm not going to move forward, and every single piece of this is going to go in the crusher because I want my damn garage back, right? I would like to park my car. My wife has been parked outside for a year and a half. That car has never been without being garaged until I started this stupid project, right? And now it's been sitting out there for a year and a half under this Arizona sun. And I'm tired of that. She's tired of it. We're tired of it. 20 grand plus. I mean, I quit counting, guys. You guys know exactly how expensive this is if you buy any kind of genuine, right? Everything I bought for this car was genuine. I spend the extra money. I buy their guide tools. I do this, I do that, I do everything. You know why? So I can blame it on their asses instead of mine. You know, it's not my own failure. If I just had everything and I could build my own tools, I have my own lathe in here and all the other equipment to build all the stuff, I'd do it. I told you that, guys, before. When the machinist did it, I would have much rather done it myself. I didn't need him to do it. Obviously, look what he did. If you can't do better than me, don't step up, because I'm gonna call you out on it, I guarantee it. So that's where we are in this project. Again, I don't know where it's going to go from here. Right now, it's going to the crusher. And that'll be a fantastic YouTube video, right? We'll do it live, I guess. I don't know if I could do it live at the crusher place. But either way, I think that would be the only thing where I would feel good about it. I have not felt good since I started this project. A year and a half stuck in my garage and waiting on this part, waiting on that part, and then getting the parts and finding out, you know, they're screwing you on the part. Yeah, ridiculous, guys, ridiculous. I told you in my other video, there's a lot more funner things that you can do with your life than to be in your garage working on this crap. You know, spend some time with your wife and kid. You know, that's what I want to do. I wanted to travel this last year, but I didn't. No, I says, no, I told my wife, Jan, no, I'm going to finish this project, you know. It's been sitting in there, you know, I can do it. Yeah, I can do it. All right, enough griping for tonight. So now I'm going to go do my hello YouTube. And I'm not going to tell you in the beginning what crap I ended up doing. You guys, hopefully you watched it till the end and now you know where we're at. All right, guys? So, thanks for watching my videos, at least up to this point. You know, my goal was to just do things right and to present it to you so that way there you know what to expect along the way. I told you early on in this video, it's going to be a learning process for you because the manual is wrong, blah, 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 blah. You know, we're going to do things different ways. And yeah, we could have just done all that. We could have. If we did not have to deal with others, everything would have been just fine. The car would have been put together a long time ago. That I can guarantee you. I have built houses from the ground up. That's right. Dug the hole, put up the foundation, basements, the whole thing, all by myself. A complete house. Every single bit of it. And I've never built a house before. Yeah, that's right. And I knew more than the inspector did. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Until the next time.